Hi guys, this is Carissa and welcome to my YouTube channel Inky Fairy Designs. And as you could see with that really cool intro, this is for Faith Impressions with gel press, and I'm going to be doing a little Bible journaling. I wanted to show you first off what the Faith Impressions kit comes with, because you get so much stuff to get you started with gel printing and especially gel printing in your Bible. So it comes with this devotional that Carrie has put together, and it's 7 days of putting yourself in the Bible, reading scriptures, but also giving you ideas on how to use these supplies in your Bibles. And what I love about this is that if you're unsure about taking these techniques straight into your Bible right away, you saw there that there was an empty space, empty page next to every day. You could do all of that fun stuff and kind of get to know the gel press, printing, plates, and all of that before you actually move into your Bible. So I'm showing you here, I've got out my journaling Bible. I knew I wanted to do some watercoloring with these Deco Art Media sprays because they're permanent once dry. And then I also pulled out some of my favorite Bible journaling stamps, because there isn't a Bible journaling page in my Bible that doesn't have some type of stamping. And I'm also showing you that I'm going to prep my pages. I know that is a personal preference. So some people do not prep their pages at all, and other people do. I personally prefer to prep my page because I feel like it helps me. These Bible pages are very, very thin. And I tend to go to town adding and layering up my media. If you guys know me, there is no clean and simple and mixed media for me. And so I prefer to do that prepping, and it doesn't take too long. And I have the Daniel Smith transparent watercolor ground. I've been really wanting to use this in my Bibles and kind of test it out, because there are some other ones, like Deco Art has one that I really love in my Bibles. Dina Wakley Media, her clear gesso, I really love using that in my Bibles. But I really wanted to give this one a try and kind of pick my favorite. I may never have a favorite. I may just have whatever is closest to me. So what I do is I try to protect the other page with something, either like this little Illustrated Faith kind of protector, or usually what I do like to do is with a jelly sheet. They work just fine, and it actually helps better because the deli sheet is pliable, so it just fits under the Bible, and it's like another page, but it hangs out, and so it's protective. And I do both sides, so I'll heat set this side and then I'll flip it over. I don't show you heat setting the other side, but I just wanted to show you what I do. I just give it a thin coat. I will hold it kind of firm with my hand to help it dry smoother. There will still be some buckling and wrinkling, but when you get the other side done, that really helps take care of a lot of that. So I always suggest doing both sides. Not only that for that, but you'll have it ready for next time. So first, here I am. I put the just the smooth. This is the gel plate that has it's like smooth on all sides, so it's the perfect margin for your the Bibles. And so I'm just spraying it with some sprays, and then I'll spray it with some water, and it got way out of hand. Like, I was thinking, oh boy, I have just made a really big mess, and I had to clean it because I'm going to print my Bible. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to show you guys all of that. A lot of times I'll cut anything like this out of my videos, but this video was so short, and I didn't know why it was so short until I was actually editing it, and I did have some pieces that I lost. I think there was a point where I thought I was hitting film, but I was actually turning it off. And then when I thought I was turning it off, I was actually turning it on, because I found footage of me doing absolutely nothing but like trying to plan and figure out what I was going to do next, which I usually shut the camera off when I'm at that point. Anyway, so I will get better at these for sure. But what I did was I turned it over, and I turned it over off of my Bible so that any drips would happen over there, and you can see a bunch of drips down at the bottom. But then I just smushed it onto my Bible page, and it looks so pretty. I mean, this is just, if watercolors scare you, like I know so many people are just intimidated by watercolors, which I think there's nothing to be intimidated by. Watercolors are by far, I think, the most, forgiving medium there is. But this type of technique, either with a spray or watercolors or, wet mediums or what have you, is such a great way to get that watercolor look all at once. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to think about it. And I think that's the best part of it, is like when you can take the thinking out of it, you can just let it go and beautiful things will happen. So I went ahead and dried that. I'm bringing in the stencil by Stencil Girl, and it says "Listen" all over it. And I thought that was fitting for this this particular verse, which I didn't even tell you what I'm working in yet. But I chose day 3 of Carrie's devotional, and it's overcoming fear. And I chose that personally because fear is something that is it's a stronghold in my life. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And I apologize for my voice. I do have a cold, but I have to get this video done. And so this verse, I have been meaning, like I have had thoughts in my head of that I was gonna do an entire Bible just filled with verses that speak about overcoming fear, overcoming anxiety, and what Jesus and what God tells us. Don't be afraid. And so this was the reason why I chose this. And so overcoming fear, she chose Psalm 34 verse 4, and it says, "I sought the Lord, and he answered me, and he delivered me from all fear." And so she goes into a lot of things, but I think I'll leave that for you. You guys can, when you pick up these kits, you can really listen to her words and pull out your Bible and read. Not only that, so I pulled out Psalm 34 verse 4 and I highlighted that, and I took a stamp, what you're seeing me do here, that says "no fear," because I really wanted that to be clear. He says, "I sought the Lord, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears." And then if you go on further, "Those who look to him are radiant, and their faces shall never be ashamed." I mean, can you imagine, never being ashamed, always looking radiant, just because the Lord has delivered you from all your fear? There's so much more that goes into that, and I, may or may not share, that part of the journey for me, but I just, wanted to share, kind of how I use different techniques and different tools to journal in my Bible. And you can see here I have a helper. My daughter is in the room with me, and I'm asking her, should I put this here? Should I put this there? And she was super cute. She was my narrator as I was doing these things. And I think that might be why I thought the camera was on when it was actually off. I have no idea. But we ended up here. I added some Illustrated Faith stickers that says "God said," and I put that over the "no fear." And then there's just some other little stickers that I kind of cascaded down the page. I brought in some more colors and just did a bunch of mark making around my page. I did add that flower up at the upper left hand corner just to give it some more texture. But I kind of went to town with all of the mark making. I brought in some cheddar and some turquoise from Dina Wakley. But that's the beauty of the Deco Art Media sprays, is that they are permanent once they dry, and that's such a cool medium to have to create watercolor backgrounds, or use them with stencils when you want to kind of add additional layers on top. So what I'm doing around these little puffy stickers, I just added some Stabilo all-purpose pencil around them just to give them a little bit of shading. I added this little tab at the top from Illustrated Faith because I have tons of goodies that, you know, need to be used. And then I like to date the bottom of my pages. That way I can go through my Bibles and I can say, you know, maybe something was going on that day and I'm able to kind of remember that or see the promises that I was, you know, getting my soul nourished on that particular day. Or, you know, if there's times when I add more journaling, you know, there's possible times where I could add additional journaling if I didn't have like this such busy page that would really remind me of what was going on that day. But that's about it. Here are some close-ups of my completed page. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I promise that I will be more careful about turning on and turning off my camera at the times that I want it to, so that I can really show you how these pages come together and how I'm using these great products by Gel Press and Carisa Zglobicki. So thank you again so much for watching. You can take a look at some other of my videos. If you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. I would also love to hear what you think about these videos. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone to share like this stuff with you, but it's mixed media and it's just in a different substrate. It's in our Bibles. And I think it's beautiful. And I'm really honored to be part of this team. And I hope you will enjoy the videos that come from it. So thank you again for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.